Camberdo Delgado Ground, Air Portugal 165. Request taxi to parking.
Camberdo Delgado Ground, Turkish 175 Heavy, ready to taxi.
Turkish 175 Heavy, taxi to runway 21, hold short of 321.
Taxiing to runway 21, will hold short of 321, Turkish 175 Heavy.
Camberdo Delgado Ground, Air Portugal 1685, ready to taxi. Ryanair 9909, pushback approved, tail to the south. Pushback approved. Air Portugal 1685, taxi to runway 21, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 21, Air Portugal 1685. Thank you. Good day, Tartan 1 X-Ray Bravo. Camberdo Delgado Ground, American 245 Heavy, ready for pushback. American 245 Heavy, hold position. Holding position, American 245 Heavy. Camberdo Delgado Ground, Ryanair 9909, ready to taxi. Ryanair 9909, taxi to runway 21, contact tower when ready. Ryanair 88 Foxtrot Romeo, taxi to A6 via Alpha 6. Taxiing to runway 21, Ryanair 9909.
Taxiing to A6 via Alpha 6, Ryanair 88 Foxtrot Romeo.
Camberdo Delgado Ground, Air Portugal 23, ready for pushback. Air Portugal 23, hold position. Holding position, Air Portugal 23. Camberdo Delgado Ground, Emirates 115, ready for pushback. Emirates 115, pushback approved, tail to the south. Air Portugal 23, pushback approved, tail to the south. Pushback approved, tail to the south, Emirates 115. Humberto Delgado ground, Air Portugal 7227 heavy, ready for pushback. Air Portugal 7227 heavy, pushback approved, tail to the south. Humberto Delgado ground, American 245 heavy, ready for pushback. Pushback approved, tail to the south, Air Portugal 7227 heavy. American 245 heavy, pushback approved, tail to the south. Air Portugal 23, hold position. Pushback approved, tail to the south, American 245 heavy. Holding position, Air Portugal 23. Humberto Delgado ground, Lufthansa 43 uniform, request taxi to gate 141 at the Terminal 1. Humberto Delgado ground, Emirates 115, ready for pushback with information Yankee, requesting runway 21. Lufthansa 43 uniform, taxi to parking, at your discretion. Taxi to parking, Lufthansa 43 uniform. Emirates 115, pushback approved, tail to the south. Pushback approved, tail to the south, Emirates 115. Attention all aircraft. Humberto Delgado Tower, Air Force One, ready for departure in sequence at runway 21, departing straight out. Air Force One, hold short of runway 21. Holding short runway 21, Air Force One. Canaan 7945 heavy, contact Lisbon approach on 119.55. Contacting Lisbon approach on 119.55, Canaan 7945 heavy. Portugal Express 1693, line up and wait runway 21. Line up and wait runway 21, Portugal Express 1693. Contacting Humberto Delgado Tower on 118.5, Portugal Express 721. Air Force One, cross runway 21, please expedite.
Turkish 1907, is on final runway 21, full stop.
Humberto Delgado Tower, Air Force One, ready for departure at runway 21, departing straight out. Humberto Delgado Tower, Portugal Express 721 is 9 nautical miles to the northeast at 3,700 feet, inbound for landing, requesting runway 21. Air Force One, hold short of runway 21. Holding short runway 21, Air Force One.
Humberto Delgado Tower, Delta 834, ready for departure at runway 21, departing north.
Portugal Express 1693, wind 280 at 11 gusting 22, runway 21, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, Portugal Express 1693. Portugal Express 1693, hold short of runway 21. Portugal Express 721, wind 280 at 13 gusting 22, number 2, runway 21, cleared to land. Number 2, cleared to land, runway 21, Portugal Express 721. Delta 834, hold short of runway 21. Turkish 128 heavy, is on final runway 21.
Holding short runway 21, Delta 834.
Portugal Express 721, contact Lisbon approach on 119.55. Contacting Lisbon approach on 119.55, Portugal Express 721. Air Force One, line up and wait runway 21. Line up and wait runway 21, Air Force One. Turkish 128 heavy, wind 280 at 11 gusting 22, number 2, runway 21, cleared to land. Number 2, cleared to land, runway 21, Turkish 128 Heavy. Contacting Humberto Delgado Tower on 118.1, Portugal Express 72. Air Portugal 1685, request permission to cross runway 21. Turkish Air Portugal 1685. Holding short runway 21, Air Portugal 1685. Air Force 1, wind 280 at 11 gusting 22, runway 21, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, Air Force 1.
Humberto Delgado Tower, Ryanair 84 Sierra Quebec, inbound on the ILS runway 21.
Delta 834, line up and wait runway 21.
Line up and wait runway 21, Delta 834.
Air Force 1, contact Lisbon approach on 119.55. Ryanair 84 Sierra Quebec, wind 280 at 10 gusting 22, number 2, runway 21, cleared to land.
Humberto Delgado Tower, United 943, ready for departure at runway 21, departing west.
Portugal Express 721, exit runway when able, contact ground on the taxiway. Wilco, Portugal Express 721. Delta 834, wind 280 at 11 gusting 22, runway 21, cleared for takeoff. United 943, hold short of runway 21.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 21, Ryanair 8.
Holding short runway 21, Air Portugal 1685. Portugal Express 1693, contact Lisbon approach on 119.55. Delta 834, contact Lisbon approach on 119. Air Portugal 1685, line up and wait runway 21, Air Portugal 1685. Air Portugal 1685, request permission to cross runway 21. Luxair 27, Air Portugal 1685. Crossing runway 21, Air Portugal 1685. United 943, line up and wait runway 21.
Line up and wait runway 21, United 943.
Turkish 128 Heavy, exit runway when able, contact ground on the taxiway. Wilco, Turkish 128 Heavy. United 943, wind 280 at 12 gusting 20, runway 21, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, United 943.
Humberto Delgado Tower, 9 Kilo Mike Oscar Hotel, ready for departure at runway 21, departing north. 9 Kilo Mike Oscar Hotel, hold short of runway 21. Humberto Delgado Tower, Air Portugal 1685, ready for departure in sequence at runway 21, departing north. Air Portugal 1, holding short runway 21, Air Portugal 1685. 9 Kilo Mike Oscar Hotel, line up and wait runway 21. American 245 Heavy, request permission to cross runway 21. Line up and wait runway 21, 9 Kilo Mike Oscar Hotel. American 245 Heavy, hold short of runway 21. Holding short runway 21, American 245 Heavy. Ryanair 9909, cross runway 21, please expedite. American 245 Heavy, cross runway 21, please expedite. Crossing runway 21, American 245 Heavy.
United 943, request frequency change.
Crossing runway 21, Ryanair 9909. Ryanair 84 Sierra Quebec, exit runway when able, contact ground on the taxiway. Humberto Delgado Tower, Oscar Hotel Lima Tango Romeo, inbound on the ILS runway 21.
Wilco, Ryanair 84 Sierra.
Holding short runway 21, Air Portugal 1685. Holding short runway 21, Air Portugal 23. 9 Kilo Mike Oscar Hotel, cross runway 21, please expedite. 9 Kilo Mike Oscar Hotel, 1280 at 14 gusting 19er, runway 21, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, 9 Kilo Mike Oscar Hotel. Nine Kilo Mike Oscar Hotel, contact Lisbon approach on 119.55. Air Portugal 7227 Heavy, request permission to cross runway 21. Contacting Lisbon approach on 119.55, 9 Kilo Mike Oscar Hotel. Turkish 175 Heavy, line up and wait runway 21.
Line up and wait runway 21, Turkish 175 Heavy.
Air Portugal 7227 Heavy, cross runway 21, please expedite. Crossing runway 21, Air Portugal 7227 Heavy. Air Portugal 23, cross runway 21, please expedite. Crossing runway 21, Air Portugal 23. Air Portugal 1685, wind 280 at 15 gusting 19er, runway 21, cleared for takeoff, runway 21, Air Portugal 1685. Number 2, cleared to land, runway 21, Mike Lima Uniform Mike Alpha. Humberto Delgado Tower, Air Portugal 306, inbound on the ILS runway 21.
Stall.
Air Portugal 306, wind 280 at 10 gusting 19er, number 3. Humberto Delgado Airport, Addis Information Whiskey, time 2019 Zulu, wind 270 at 9 gust 22 variable between 220 and 320, visibility 21, temperature 13,
D.10, QNH 1006. Remarks, no pattern work, no light aircraft accepted at this time. Landing runway 21, expect ILS approach, departing runway 21, advise on initial contact, you have information whiskey. Humberto Delgado Airport, Addis Information Whiskey, time 2019 Zulu, wind 270 at 9 gust 22 variable between 220 and 320, visibility 21, temp. Humberto Delgado ground, Air Portugal 1685, ready to taxi with information with Air Portugal 1685, taxi to runway 21, taxi to runway 21, Air Portugal 1685. Taxi to runway 21, Air Portugal 1685. Humberto Delgado ground, Oscar Hotel Lima Tango Romeo, request taxi to remote stand 801 at the cargo apron. Oscar Hotel Lima Tango Romeo, taxi to parking, at your discretion. Taxi to parking, Oscar Hotel Lima Tango Romeo. Humberto Delgado ground, Echo India Hotel Uniform Zulu, ready for pushback with information whiskey. Echo India Hotel Uniform Zulu, pushback approved, tail to the south. Pushback approved, tail to the south, Echo India Hotel Uniform Zulu. Humberto Delgado, Air Portugal 1685, request permission to cross runway 21. Air Portugal 1685, contact Humberto Delgado Tower on, contacting Humberto Delgado Tower on 118.5. Air Portugal 1685, request frequency change. Air Portugal 1685, holding short runway 21, Air Portugal 1685. Humberto Delgado Tower, Delta Echo Charlie Charlie Oscar, inbound on the ILS runway 21 with information Yankee. Air Portugal 1685. Holding short runway 21, Air Portugal 1685. Air Portugal 117, request permission to cross runway 21. Delta Echo Charlie Charlie Oscar, wind 280 at 8 gusting 19er, number 2, runway 21, cleared to land. Number 2, cleared to land, runway 21, Delta Echo Charlie Charlie Oscar. Air Portugal 7227 Heavy, contact Lisbon approach on 119.55. Contacting Lisbon approach on 119.55. Air Portugal 1685, cross runway 21, please crossing runway 21, Air Portugal 1685. Tango Charlie Alpha Sierra Kilo, go around, fly runway heading runway 21.
Going around, Fly runway heading runway 21, Tango Charlie Alpha Sierra Kilo.
Tango Charlie Alpha Sierra Kilo, contact Lisbon approach on 119.55.
Contacting Lisbon approach on 119.55, Tango Charlie Alpha Sierra Kilo.
Humberto Delgado Tower, KLM 477 Super, ready for departure in sequence at runway 21, departing straight out.
Air Portugal 23, wind 280 at 9er gusting 19er, runway 21, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, Air Portugal 23. KLM 477 Super, hold short of runway 21.
Holding short runway 21, KLM 477 Super.
Humberto Delgado Tower, Air Portugal 1685, ready for departure in sequence at runway 21, departing north. Humberto Delgado Tower, Etihad 380 heavy is 11 nautical miles to the northeast at 3,900 feet, inbound for landing, requesting runway 21. Humberto Delgado Tower, Air India 87 is 15 nautical miles to the northeast at 4,000 feet, inbound for landing, requesting runway 21. Etihad 380 heavy, wind 280 at 11 gusting 19er, number 2, Air Portugal 1685. Roger, Air Portugal 1685. Echo India Hotel Uniform Zulu, request permission to cross runway 21. Echo India Hotel Uniform Zulu, hold short of runway 21. Qatari 000 Charlie Romeo, request permission to cross runway 21. Holding short runway 21, Echo India Hotel Uniform Zulu. Air Portugal 23, contact Lisbon approach on 119.55. Qatari 000 Charlie Romeo, hold short of runway 21. Holding short runway 21, Qatari 000 Charlie Romeo. KLM 477 Super, line up and wait runway 21.
Line up and wait runway 21, KLM 477 Super. Humberto Delgado Tower, Ghana Airlines 141, inbound on the ILS runway 21.
Ghana Airlines 141, wind 280 at 14 gusting 19er, number 3, runway 21, cleared to land.
Oscar Kilo Juliet Alpha November, request permission to cross runway 21.
Oscar Kilo Juliet Alpha November, hold short of runway 21.
Holding short runway 21, Oscar Kilo Juliet Alpha November. Number 3, cleared to land, runway 21, Ghana Airlines 141.
Qatari 000 Charlie Romeo, cross runway 21, please expedite. Crossing runway 21, Qatari 000 Charlie Romeo. Qatari 000 Charlie Romeo, please expedite. Delta Echo Charlie Charlie Oscar, exit runway when able, contact ground on the taxiway. Wilco, Delta Echo Charlie Charlie Oscar. KLM 477 Super, wind 280 at 9er gusting 19er, runway 21, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, KLM 477 Super.
Air Portugal 117, line up and wait runway 21. Line up and wait runway 21, Air Portugal 117. KLM 477 Super, contact Lisbon approach on 119.55. Oscar Kilo Juliet Alpha November, cross runway 21, please expedite.
Crossing runway 21, Oscar Kilo Juliet Alpha November. Contacting Lisbon approach on 119.55, KLM 477 Super.
Etihad 380 heavy, exit runway when able, contact ground on the taxiway. Wilco, Etihad 380 heavy, Humberto Delgado Tower, Echo India Hotel Uniform Zulu, ready for departure in sequence at runway 21, departing straight out. Oscar Kilo Juliet Alpha November, thank you.
You're welcome, Oscar Kilo Juliet Alpha November.
Air Portugal 117, 1280 at 13 gusting 19er, runway 21, cleared for takeoff. Echo India Hotel Uniform Zulu, your number 2 for departure. Roger, Air Portugal 1685. Emirates 194, cross runway 21, please expedite.
Crossing runway 21, Emirates 194.
Air Portugal 1902, contact Lisbon approach on 119.55. Stand by, Air Portugal 1902. Air Portugal 117, contact Lisbon approach on 119.55. Humberto Delgado Tower, Korean Air 10 Kilo Echo, inbound on the ILS runway 21 with information whiskey. Contacting Lisbon approach on 119.55, Air Portugal 117. Korean Air 10 Kilo Echo, line 280 at 10 gusting 19er. Air Portugal 1685, line up and wait runway 21. Number 2, cleared to land, runway. Line up and wait runway 21, Air Portugal 1685. Ghana Airlines 141, exit runway when able, contact ground on the taxiway.
Wilco, Ghana Airlines 141.
Humberto Delgado Tower, Qatari 000 Charlie Romeo, ready for departure at runway 21, departing south. Qatari 000 Charlie Romeo, your number 2 for departure. Attention all aircraft, please only request for takeoff when first in line. Roger, Qatari 000 Charlie Romeo. Air Portugal 1685. Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, Air Portugal 1685.
Humberto Delgado Tower, Aeromexico 141, inbound on the ILS runway 21.
Aeromexico 141, line 280 at 9er gusting 19er, number 3, runway 21, cleared to land. Humberto Delgado Airport, Addis Information Whiskey, time 2019 Zulu, wind 270 at 9 gust 22 variable between 220 and 320. Visibility 21, temperature 13, dew point 10, QNH 1006. Remarks, no pattern work, no light aircraft accepted at this time. Landing runway 21, expect ILS approach, departing runway 21, advise on initial Humberto Delgado ground, Air Portugal 1685, ready to taxi with information. Air Portugal 1685. Taxi to runway 21, Air Portugal 1685. Humberto Delgado ground, Air Portugal 1902, request taxi to parking.
Taxi to runway 21, Air Portugal 247.
Cafe 922, contact Humberto Delgado Tower on 118.5. Air Portugal 1902, taxi to parking, at your discretion. Contacting Humberto Delgado Tower on 118.5, Cafe 922. Taxi to parking, Air Portugal 1902. Air Portugal 1685, request permission to cross runway 21. Air Portugal 1685, contacting Humberto Delgado Tower on 118.5, Air Portugal 1685. Korean Air 1, Air Portugal 1685, request permission to cross runway 21. Aeromexico 141, go around, fly runway heading runway 21. Aeromexico 141, contact Lisbon approach on 119.55. Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, Qatari 000 Charlie Romeo. Air Portugal 168, holding short runway 21, Air Portugal 1685. Oscar Kilo Juliet Alpha November, line up and wait runway 21.
Line up and wait runway 21, Oscar Kilo Juliet Alpha November.
Oscar Kilo Juliet Alpha November, cross runway 21, please expedite.
Crossing runway 21, Oscar Kilo Juliet Alpha November.
Qatari 000 Charlie Romeo, contact Lisbon approach on 119.55. Contacting Lisbon approach on 119.55, Qatari 000 Charlie Romeo. Oscar Kilo Juliet Alpha November, wind 280 at 8 gusting 19er, runway 21, cleared for takeoff. Humberto Delgado Tower, Delta Bravo Echo Echo Romeo, inbound on the ILS runway 21 with information whiskey.
Humberto Delgado Tower, Hotel Zulu Victor India Papa 1, inbound on the ILS runway 21 with information whiskey. Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, Oscar Kilo Juliet Alpha November.
Delta Bravo Echo Echo Romeo, wind 280 at 8 gusting 19er, number 2, runway 21, cleared to land. Oscar Kilo Juliet Alpha November, contact Lisbon approach on 119.55.
Contacting Lisbon approach on 119.55, Oscar Kilo Juliet Alpha November.
Emirates 194, line up and wait runway 21. Air Portugal 1685, crossing runway 21, Air Portugal 1685.
Air Portugal 247, request permission to cross runway 21.
Air Portugal 247, cross runway 21, please expedite. Humberto Delgado Tower, Air Portugal 1685, ready for departure in sequence at runway 21, departing north. Asiana 064 Kilo Echo, cross runway 21, please expedite. Crossing runway 21, Asiana 064 Kilo Echo. Air Portugal 247, please expedite. Asiana 064 Kilo Echo, please expedite. Emirates 194, wind 280 at 12 gusting 19er, runway 21, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, Emirates 194.
Humberto Delgado Tower, Air Portugal 1685, ready for departure at runway 21, departing north. Air Portugal, Roger, Air Portugal 1685. Humberto Delgado Tower, Cathay 922, ready for departure at runway 21, departing east. Emirates 194, contact Lisbon approach on 119.55. Humberto Delgado Tower, B-line 252, inbound on the ILS runway 21.
Contacting Lisbon approach on 119.55, Emirates 194.
B-line 252, wind 280 at 15 gusting 19er, number 3, runway 21, cleared to land. Number 3, cleared to land, runway 21, B-line 252. Cathay 922, line up and wait runway 21. Line up and wait runway 21, Cathay 922. Delta Bravo Echo Echo Romeo, exit runway when able, contact ground on the taxiway. Wilco, Delta Bravo Echo Echo Romeo. Cathay 922, wind 280 at 10, runway 21, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, Cathay 922. Primo 69, request permission to cross runway 21.
Humberto Delgado Tower, Tango Charlie Alpha Sierra Kilo is 11 nautical miles to the northeast at 4,100 feet, inbound for landing.
Tango Charlie Alpha Sierra Kilo, wind 270 at 8, number 2, runway 21, cleared to land.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 21, Tango Charlie Alpha Sierra Kilo.
Primo 69, hold short of runway 21. Holding short runway 21, Primo. Air Portugal 1685. Line up and wait runway 21, Air Portugal 1685. Hotel Zulu Victor India Papa 1, exit runway when able, contact ground on the taxiway.
Wilco, Hotel Zulu.
Air Portugal 16. Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, Air Portugal 1685. Air Portugal 247, hold short of runway 21.
Holding short runway 21, Air Portugal 247.
Air Portugal 1685, request frequency change. Air Portugal 1685. Frequency change approved. Air Portugal 1